What's up guys, TKF here. Got your Wi-Fi battle now versus FireHearts, a really good friend of mine on YouTube. Awesome battle. Made a few changes to my team lately, and yeah, you might notice this is back to 4th gen for the moment, for the time being. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way things planned out. I mean, you may have noticed that some of my battles aren't actually going too well at the moment. I feel like I've made some really good predictions, got back on my feet. Yeah, let's see how it goes. So I'm glad that I can actually speed up now. So I send in FireHearts because he's pretty cool, and I'm actually just going to trick him with a choice scarf, which is, yeah, I've never had this set up before, but I decided to do it anyway. So he's going to set up the toxic spikes, and yeah, being scarfed, he obviously doesn't want to leave that in, so goes into his Heracross, and I'm going to go for the charge beam, hoping for the special attack increase. I thought he'd stay in with the toxic spikes just to get the second layer up, but he doesn't, and he goes for Night Slash. And I wasn't predicting him to go for that. I didn't know he had that. So yeah, I went for the charge beam again. So bad play on my part. Kind of cool that I got the focus thing anyway, because that charge beam there actually does save my life later on anyway. So that was pretty cool. So after taking down my FireHearts, I'm just going to go and change that into my T-Tar, which has a new setup. I know he's going to switch out now because he's scarfed and he's locked into Night Slash, which doesn't do much. So he switches out into Fortress, and I'm just going to D-dance on the switch. I knew he was, I know he's running the explosion, so I thought he's going to explode all over my T-Tar, but he doesn't, and I brave it, and I go for the D-Dance, because, yeah, I know I can take an explosion if I have to, but he sets up the Scarfed Rocks, which tells me he's going to switch out next turn, and I know he's going to switch into his Heracross for the Scarfed Close Combat, so I know I've got 2 DDs up, so I'm actually going to predict and go for the Fire Punch, which is epic play. And yeah, needless to say, 2 charge beams plus 2 dragon dance to fire punches. That's really going to take out adamant nature too, which is really cool. So I'm really glad I got out of the way, because that's usually a really big problem to my team. So some really good predictions so far. Pretty happy. So he's going to send in his Nape now, and I was really worried I wasn't going to outspeed. So I just go for the Earthquake and kind of like pray to the gods on my hands and knees. And yeah, I do outspeed, which is really cool, and it will take it out also. So Adamant Nature is actually paying off for once. I'm still a bit worried about the poison, but I do have the Sandstorm and the lefties on my side as well. So I do get the 1.5 times special defense increase, but I mean, I am taking more poison than lefties. So I know this won't kill, but I go for the EQ anyway, because I'm fearing the dynamic punch, and I just want to get as much damage on this thing as possible. You'll see leading up, I actually make a really bad play in a second, so I could have, sorry, I didn't have a ghost type to switch into to take the DP, as I would have, and just sacrifice the D-dances, but yeah, I didn't. So now I'm going to switch into my Lolgasm, because I know that an Aerial Ace will take this thing out. I thought about it, and I knew he'd go into a Scarf Gengar if I go for the Fake Out, so I had to go for the Aerial Ace. I should have played the Shadow Claw, and maybe I could have OHKO'd that, but yeah, so that was a pretty bad play on my part. So I'm still making some really good predictions, but still playing, you know, not as good as I could be. So I'm going to take the poison damage, and he's going to lock himself into Sludge Bomb, which I should have predicted. And yeah, I didn't really have anything to take that anyway. So he is going to take out my Lolgasm. So I was pretty worried about now. But he's also going to take the Sandstorm damage, which is cool. So I'm going to go into Absol, and I'm thinking if I go for the Sucker Punch, I got nothing to lose. I mean, if he switches, I can just protect and see what the other bloke's going to do. But he doesn't. He stays in. So I managed to get the Sucker Punch off, and that'll take out the Gengar, which is super sweet for me. Yeah, so now I'm going to take more poison damage, and he's going to go into Fortress again, and I know it's going to explode, so I protect, and yeah, that is just going to completely wipe out the Fortress, which is a really good play on my part. I'm super glad I did that, really. So yeah, that's 1 poke down with no effort, which is really cool. I think I don't know why, I just had a black battle, and yeah, I'm just on it. So I went for the Psycho Cut, and I know I'm faster, and that takes out the Machamp, which is also super sweet. And now he sends in his Absol, I believe. I think he's got his own Absol, which he sends it in, maybe. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Yeah, sends in Absol, and I know there's nothing I can do about it, so I protect to see what he does, and he predicts and goes for the Sword Dance, so that was a really good play by him. And then I know he's going to go for the, I go for the Night Slash, because I know that I'm faster, and I know it's not going to do too much damage. It does more than I would have liked, but, you know, maybe the crit or something. So he does the Stone Edge, which is definitely going to take me out. So I have a plan of action now. Now that I know that it's that weak, I can just go into my Monchan, Really good play by him. He predicts the mock punch, goes for the sucker punch. I forgot he was SD'd, and it does a load of damage. I just live, gets me into my Salak Berry range, which is awesome for me. I managed to get off the mock punch, and that will take out the Absol for the win. So that was a really good game, bro. I think I've been Wi-Fi. I had a few Wi-Fi battles before that, and on black, and it's kind of kept me on my toes. So I was really happy with some of the predictions I made. Yeah, as you might have noticed, I'm losing a lot on black, but you know, I mean, who really is amazing at black now? I mean, it's not really been out long, and obviously there's King Daddy D-Mac, who's just totally fucking awesome. Acoustic Kind, people like that who adapt really quickly. Obviously they're very good at what they do. But yeah, for standard people, it's still hard, still getting used to it. I've got a black battle that's coming up right after this, that's going to be uploaded tonight as well. So make sure you don't miss that. It should be up in about an hour and a half or so, because this will take about an hour. So until then, take it easy.